All right, y'all. So listen, I got a doozy of one for y'all today. Okay, this young lady says she's gay and she don't like her LGBT brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna tap right in, and we gonna figure out what she got going on. Like, why don't you like them?
Pride Month is almost over. Thank God, because if I see another rainbow flag on my feed, I might buy a pack of Skittles and start slingshotting them at my screen.
Well, damn.
My distaste may come as a surprise to some people, considering I'm actually a part of the LGBT community. In case you
Okay.
haven't noticed from my endless references to titties and busty Latinas in the past 10 videos, I like hot.
Hey, hey, I like hot. You know what? I'ma subscribe. I'ma subscribe. We get along. We get along, okay? Easy. We get along. So, yeah, man. Man, Bussy Latin. Man, that's what's not to like about this. What's not to like about this individual? She's coming in strong right now.
This is not a coming out video. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I don't need a rainbow flag and a teary eyed video confessing the fact that I like big butts and I cannot lie. But it may be interesting to
Okay.
hear that I'm actually extremely ashamed to be a part of this community. And look, I know
Mm.
we've come a long way. There was a period of time when anyone who wasn't heterosexual was scrutinized or in some
Okay.
cases even killed. And as glad as I
Yeah.
am that I can walk down the street holding a girl's hand and not face the scrutiny,
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like we've passed the point of acceptance and are now at the point of blatant indoctrination. Someone has to say
Yeah.
it. These pride parades have gotten disgusting. It's not even about acceptance anymore. It's a provocative and aggressive public display of hypersexuality and fetish. What was supposed to be an accepting and innocent
You know what? Hold
space
on.
has
Let me
turned
let
into
me
a
get this
hostile
off my
freak show.
screen.
I didn't go
'Cause-
to Pride, never would.
Okay, good. I'll get her back on the screen because I know how YouTube is. Even though they'll let her be monetized, they'll kill me for it because there's a black person on your screen. But anyway, listen. She's right. She's absolutely right. I think that is the whole problem with the whole community, right? Because a lot of people say, "Oh, I know a gay person." Like you can list off a couple gay people, a couple people in the community, and y'all can get along just fine. But for some reason, when it comes to the masses and their activities, there starts to be this disconnect, and then it starts to friendships start to be on the line, and I thought you were an ally type shit. But really, it boils down to nobody wants to see that. Like for instance, if it was heterosexual people doing that in public, I'm gonna be like, yo, why is this a parade? Whipping somebody on the back, whether it's a man whipping a girl or a girl whipping a man, and they're dressed like that, that has no place in public society. Get that back into your bedroom. Get that back into whatever little freaky Diddy party that you're at. Like pre Diddy party, I guess, because some of y'all. Anyway, it don't matter. Get it back in there. It don't belong outside. Children don't need to see that. That's not cool. Now it's different if you have like like for instance, if you did like a drag show parade, right? You did a drag parade. Even though people would be upset about it, the thing is, I'm okay with that because there's nothing crazy about it. It's just a dude in a dress and makeup. You can turn on TV and see that. You could be walking in the mall and dude just came from the drag show, so he in his thing. Like it's not immediately sexual in nature. It's not immediately sexual in nature. Just straight up. So there's no problem.
Was this to document the absurdity of it, but
Mm-hmm.
this is what LGBT is associated with now. It's no longer associated with peace, love, unity, and tolerance.
Yep.
Instead, it's associated with hypersexualization, provocation,
Mm-hmm.
fetish, and bigotry. I don't know what happens in the
Yeah.
days when we would encourage people to accept themselves and make peace with those who disagree with us. Because now we
Yes.
just scream obscenities at anyone even whispering a subtle argument. This community has managed to weaponize its own labels and use them unfairly, not hesitating to label any opposition as transphobic or homophobic. It's funny because we used to be
Yes.
the ones complaining about intolerance. Two girls.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Jesus. Wow. Wow. No wonder this has 2.7 million views. This is such a good video already. She's cooking. She's literally cooking.
Not hesitating to label any opposition as transphobic or homophobic. It's funny because we used to be the ones complaining about intolerance. Two girls holding hands in public were a risk of being fucking shot. They couldn't adopt kids, get married, start a family, so I completely understand why we spent so many years.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, now this she has an excellent point. She has an excellent point here. Like, this is crazy. Like, people really used to be dying over it. Like, dying. Like, the same way black people used to be dying over it, they used to be dying over it. Now, was it to scale? No. Was it literally just off face value? No. They had to find out. They had to get to know you and find out that you were gay. Gay is not something that's like immediately, unless you're like just doing the most. If you're not doing the most, people don't know who you're fucking or what you're fucking. You could be the greatest goat fucker of all. I can't say that. I can't say that. Yep, this video's demonetized. Fuck. I tried. But you know what I was saying, right? You could be the. And nobody know. You know? But, well, I mean, if you owned a bunch of goats and stuff, like, okay. Anyway, I'm just gonna let her keep going because I'm gonna get canceled.
Fighting for tolerance, but we have it now. And ever since
Hmm.
we've been shown tolerance, we're now the ones refusing to reciprocate it. We've now become the
Yeah.
side that is intolerant to opposing beliefs. The script has flipped completely, and it's not for the better. See, back in the day when I was a little G rolling up on my Heelys trying to finesse the hoes, I didn't even know what gay was, much less what trans was. I grew up in the South, the deep South, like Froggen, Gatorman,
Mm-hmm.
Confederate flag South. I thought LGBT stood for Let's Go Beer Tasting. I didn't know a single gay person in my life, and I didn't have a phone or any type of social media to be exposed to it either. And yet somehow I looked like this. Yeah, that 7 or 8 year old me, dope slinging and pimping since '01, baby. My idol, if you can't tell, was Rob Deerdeck.
Mm.
And let me tell you, I got made fun of all the time. If only I had $1 for every time someone asked me, "Are you a boy or a girl? Why do you dress like a boy?" And I would always get so pissed off when people would call me gay, faggot, dyke, because at the time, I didn't know that I was gay. So I would just be standing there like, what the fuck are you even talking about? I'm none of these.
And man, she brings up such a great point here. Nobody knew back then. Like, it wasn't a like the way that people think of these things now was not back then, and I think I really need people to get that, right. Like, it wasn't even that. There was a lot of people that were a lot more tolerant of it, but the greater society wasn't, right? Like, oh, that's so and so, he's gay. Like, I knew a couple people that was like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, I do have this uncle in my family that just got completely disowned and disavowed. Like, ain't seen the dude since he came out that I'm a woman. You know what I'm saying? He came out and he wanted to be not only gay but like trans as well. It just like really like threw members of the family for the loop, and thus like he got like disavowed. Like, you know what I'm saying? I still fuck with dude because he was super cool. Like, he gave me free popcorn at the movies. Like, I don't give a fuck who he's fucking. Like, it doesn't change my day to day life. And I think once people realize that and get into that bag of like, this doesn't affect my day to day, like, you can start leaving people alone. And then on what she was talking about earlier with them becoming more intolerant, like, they literally get you canceled. You say the wrong thing and you will get canceled. You will get destroyed. When there used to be times to have like actual conversations, there actual room for people to actually grow and experience growth. That's not happening anymore. People can't change their mind anymore. Society is like, well, if you didn't have the right mindset the first time, fuck you. You're done. Get out. That's literally what it's like now. Um, but anyway, let's let her keep going. Let me move her back just a little bit, just a smidget.
was gay. So I would just be standing there like,
That's a wild comeback.
what the fuck are you even talking about? I'm none of these things that you're calling me. It wasn't until I was
Mm-hmm.
going into high school that I realized, oh shit, I like tits. Everyone around me knew before
Mm-hmm.
I knew. The reason I'm telling you this story is so that you're aware
Mm-hmm.
that I wasn't acting or pretending or trying to fit a label or any of that bullshit. I never
Mm-hmm.
dressed like a boy out of opposition for tradition. I never did
Yeah.
it in pursuit of being unique. As cringy as it sounds, I was genuinely just being myself. My interests were never in Barbies or playing house. I wanted to play basketball and build Lego City. I was never constantly in my head thinking, oh, if I do this masculine thing, then this feminine. No. What 8-year-old kid thinks about that? For an 8-year-old kid to be
Facts.
thinking like that, they would either have to be medically neurotic or extremely brainwashed by social media. I didn't have
Facts. Facts.
TikTok or Instagram as an 8-year-old kid. Thank God. And I feel genuine.
Bro. I don't know who kid that is. I gotta go back anyway. So I'll put her back on the screen because I don't feel comfortable leaving that child up there. Um, Now, dude, that goes to that whole mindset of, oh, my kid know that she's. No, kids don't know shit. Kids literally don't know shit. If you told a kid you're supposed to eat sand, do you know most of them would eat sand? There's kids that like eating sand. Like for real, they like eating dirt. They like just grabbing a bro. I kid you not, bro. In kindergarten, there was a dude. He loved going over to the certain part of the playground because the sprinkler was messed up, so there'd be a lot of water there. And he'd dig in the ground and he'd get these worms, and then he'd eat them. Eat the fucking worms, or maybe it was the first grade. But either way, it doesn't fucking matter. He was like 5 or 6 or 7 tops, but he was eating fucking worms. And everybody's like, but he loved eating them. You're not supposed to just be eating worms. Like, he's a fucking kid though. Now you take that same mindset of I don't know what I should be eating, and you ask them, well, who should you be having sex? Who are you attracted to? They might say they might say I'm attracted to my best friend and grab their homeboy. You know what I'm saying? And be like, yeah, this my guy. You know what I'm saying? But like, not mean it in that way. You know what I mean? Like they're not actively thinking about sex. Sex is not on their mind like that. It's not the concept isn't the same as for the adults. And I hate that everyone grew up and forgot that you were fucking kids. And for the kids that had the internet, I, God bless you, dude. Your childhood was fucked because you didn't get to experience things organically and genuinely in a way without having other people input it. I got to grow up and figure it out for myself. Like who is smooth? I got to figure that out. People aren't even getting a chance to figure out who they are anymore. They're getting told who to be. Like, this is cool. This is who you should be. And they're not getting an opportunity to be themselves. Fuck.
Either have to be medically neurotic or extremely brainwashed by social media. I didn't have
Facts.
TikTok or Instagram as an 8-year-old kid. Thank God. And I feel
Yep.
genuinely sorry for kids growing up on these platforms being exposed to all of these attention whoring and degenerate ways of life. They don't get to see that all the real trans people are discreet. You don't know that they're trans because they don't want you to know. They want to blend in as a normal person and live a normal life as their changed gender. They don't want anyone asking their pronouns. They want it to be so obvious that you just assume their gender. That's why they
Facts, bro. Facts. Like, and I have no problem. You know what I'm saying? Like here's my true stance. Because I was gonna make a separate video on this, but I'll give you, and I have a lot more to say, but I'm gonna give you this little tidbit. For me, right? Like I have no problem with anyone being gay, lesbian, trans, queer. Like I have no problems with none of that. Non bi, I have no problems with any of that. Any of that because what you do outside of business hours ain't none of my fucking business. It ain't none of my fucking business. I'll work with you. You know what I'm saying? We can be in the same movie theater, same train, same plane, same whatever. I don't give a fuck. I don't. It has nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Like think about it, because I know some people are thinking about like, oh, what if they were right next to you at a restaurant? How do I know they're not homeboys? How do I know? How do I know that they're gay and they're into each other? Oh, I would have to assume that. And even then, if they held hands, like, okay, I look, oh, they're holding hands, and move the fuck on. It ain't hurting me. It has nothing to do with my masculinity, my sexuality. It doesn't change shit over here. So why the fuck do I care? I don't. I don't. I don't. And that's the real, bro. Like I don't know what's wrong with people. And her saying that they want to blend in is absolutely right. Most people are just regular people. You have to just find out. I think the best example of this, I forget the name of the character, but in Scandal there was a guy. He was the uh, what is that called? The chief of staff. He was uh, Fitzgerald's chief of staff, right? And remember, Olivia like had to help him with a scandal. Well, his scandal was that they found out that he liked hiring male prostitutes because he was gay. But he never let anybody know he was gay. Like it was like 5 seasons in when this happened. Like 5, 6 seasons in when this got revealed. I was like, oh snaps, oh snaps, dude, what? You're gay? Like you're gay? Like he never gave any hints or anything. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how he was living his life. He was very discreet. And even when the show goes back to normal, right? When the scandal's over or whatever, it goes back to normal at work. He's still himself. He's still his regular self. You know what I'm saying? He's still strong, charismatic man. Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Very direct, very like boom boom bada bam. But at the same time, you do have a you did have when he went home. He was a totally different dude. He was vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? He was open up to his partner, the guy that he ended up marrying, and they adopted a child together. And like it was crazy. Like it was crazy. But it was a great way to show that dynamic in a human way. And that's what I love that show for. It showed that dynamic in a very human way. Like it didn't feel like, oh, let's just shove this down and make this character gay and everything will be okay. Representation. Like, no, that's not how that works. And they do all minorities foul. Whether it's black people, oh look, he's black. And then we gotta make him extra black, and then we gotta give him the Miles Morales haircut, and you're like, why does he have the Miles Morales haircut? Why does he have the Killmonger? Like, what's going on? Like, what are we doing? I I honestly feel like the entertainment industry might be the most intolerant place. Might be.
thousands of dollars on corrective surgeries so that
Mm-hmm.
you could look at them and not ask what they are. That's the whole point
Mm-hmm.
of a transition. All of these people you see on social media boasting about their transgenderism are the ones transitioning out of a feeling of emptiness and need for validation. They're not doing
Boom.
it out of a genuine sense of dysphoria and discontentment with their body. These
Mm-hmm.
days, the members of the LGBT community are all demanding that people acknowledge and accept their often obscure identities. It feels like everyone's desperately grasping at these labels, all in a fight to be unique and interesting. But since when did we
Mm-hmm.
become so desperate for approval and validation? These people look attention hungry and childish. It's like they're desperate for the whole world to
Listen, she's fucking cooking. She is cooking right now. And let me tell you something. I fucking agree. I wholeheartedly fucking agree. Because before any of those people came out as non-binary or anything, I bet they were fucking no one. And it's really hard to consistently be nobody, to consistently be overlooked, consistently be overshadowed, consistently feel like you're not heard, you're invisible. So what do? You create a place and space where you can be unique, where you can be your own person, where you can be an individual. And that place just happens to be whatever label or whatever you came up with, so you could feel unique, so you could feel like when you speak, you'll be heard. Yeah, yeah, she's cooking. She's cooking. She's cooking. She's cooking.
Desperate for approval and validation. These people look attention hungry and childish. It's like they're
Yeah.
desperate for the whole world to accept and integrate their worldview. But that expectation is frankly unrealistic and juvenile. My
Yep.
sexuality is not a core part of my identity. I don't purposely
Boom.
flaunt it. I don't expect anyone to respect it. And I sure as hell don't need a stranger's validation for why it's okay. I am the way that I am. Whether you like that or not is absolutely irrelevant to me. I'm not proud of being gay. I think that shit's mad dumb. Because when you think of the word pride, you think of some type of achievement, some accomplishment, something you worked for. My attraction to women is not something that I chose. I didn't.
If you ain't already followed, subscribed, and liked this video, I'm gonna need y'all to do that. I'm gonna link it down below. This motherfucker here, boy. Hey, she's cooking. Cooking with hot lava, bro. This is beautiful. And the thing is, I don't have to fucking say it. She's in the and she's saying it. This is shit that I've said before, and people wanted to cancel me over when I was on All Black Everything. It's Prime College channel, by the way. You could go to Prime College channel. We've had some chat. Ooh, if you end up watching this video, we're gonna have a conversation tonight. Okay, on Prime College channel. All right. If you go to my community tab, I'm gonna link it there when it starts. Right here on YouTube. It's also on Twitch. Excuse me, but I'm gonna link it right here on YouTube. Y'all tap into that because I sent them this video before I even reacted to it. Man, run this shit back. I want to hear all this shit again.
My sexuality is not a core part of
Oh
my
yeah,
identity.
This,
It's like they're desperate for the whole world to accept and integrate their worldview.
Mm-hmm.
But that expectation is frankly unrealistic
Yes.
and juvenile. My
Yeah.
sexuality is not a core part of my identity. I don't purposely flaunt it. I don't expect anyone to respect
it. Dude, listen, and that's the other thing I wanted to say. You are way more than who you choose to fuck. Whether you're a chubby chaser or you like rubbing sticks together, you know what I'm saying, or somewhere in between. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Nobody cares. Okay? Whether you rubbing roast beef or you're sewer fighting, nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Alright. Anyway, let's continue.
And I sure as hell don't need a stranger's validation for why it's okay. I am the way that I am. Whether you like that or not is absolutely irrelevant to me. I'm not proud of being gay. I think that shit's mad dumb. Because when you think of the word pride, you think of some type of achievement, some accomplishment, something you worked for. My attraction to women is not something that I chose. I didn't work for it. It's just how I am. Straight people don't flaunt the fact that they're straight. That's just how they are. Do you really think that anyone gives a shit about what genitalia you're attracted to? I genuinely can't think of a more irrelevant detail about your character. I don't give a fuck who you hump. As long as it's not my chick.
Hey.
Anyone with $10,000
Hey.
or more in credit card debt
Hey, she cooked.
personal loans may qualify for help from National Debt
Hey,
Relief.
she cooked.
Minimum payments could literally keep you in debt for decades. $10,000 in debt.
Okay, I'm gonna play this ad.
26 years to pay off if you're only.
I'm gonna play the ad
and
just so
that's
she gets the full money.
I know many of us have a lot more than that. Getting started is easy, and the process has already helped over half a
She
million
needs to get the
people and
money.
counting.
She deserves it.
Immediately. Congratulations. You qualify to be a part of the.
Look. I had to play. I gotta play this ad just because I needed to get the money, bro. I needed to get the money.
Debt relief program. And you're not alone in that shame left. I cried. I'm debt free. Wow. I can't thank National Debt Relief enough. I can't thank them enough.
Find out if you're eligible today. Click the link on this video and answer a few short questions. If you have $10,000 or more in debt, there's a good chance you'll qualify.
This is not too good to be true. I haven't engaged. I got the email that said congratulations.
All right.
Debt free. My relationship is much better now. There is.
All right. So anyway, I'm gonna let that play in the background. All right. Listen. She cooked. She cooked. She cooked. There's nothing else to say. She's she did it. She handled business. All right. So without further ado, I'm gonna get up out of here. Hopefully you like this video. Hopefully you sub to me. But anyway, y'all have a good one. I'm up out of here. Peace, man.